It's a new year, and that means new art supplies. Hi, Shannon Jackson here from Caution Art Set Play, and today I am going to be doing an art supply haul with the goodies I got for Christmas. And I figured since it's officially the new year, Happy New Year by the way, good riddance to 2020, I thought that this would be kind of a fun video to kick off 2021 with. So the first thing I want to show you actually isn't an art supply, but it is something creative. And this is a Christmas ornament that my husband made me. So the reason why I am so excited about this is because my husband likes to claim that he's not creative, even though he's creative in so many ways. He's an awesome cook, he's great with landscaping and planting flowers, and just, he's creative in so many ways. But usually I make ornaments every year, and this year it just didn't end up happening for me. And so I had plans for it. We had cut this wood ourselves. Well, he cut some of the wood off for me from one of my favorite trees. Actually had a big branch come down during a windstorm, so I had asked him if he could cut off some slices so I could make something creative with it so I could keep it. And he had done that, and I just didn't get around to making my ornaments this time. And so he came in the house and he had surprised me with this. He made an ornament for me out of the wood that I was going to use, some of the wood. And he actually wood burned with a soldering iron because he doesn't have a wood burner, and I don't know, he didn't want to spoil the surprise, so he didn't ask me for mine. But I just think it's so great. Like, he surprised me, and this is probably my favorite thing from Christmas of 2020. And then I never ended up making ornaments because who needs to when you have this? Okay, so let's move on to the actual art goodies. I'm going to start out with a couple of things that my mom got me in my stocking. This one, I think it's funny. She also doesn't do art, but she always tried to get me something fun and artsy for Christmas and for my stocking. And this year she got me some oil paint. I haven't tried this brand yet, so it'll be interesting to try it. It's a nice 12 set, 12 hues. Sargent Art. I have heard of this brand. I guess I didn't realize they made oil paints, and I haven't tried them before. So here we go. We've got titanium white, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, vermilion, scarlet, ultramarine, phthalo blue, emerald green, viridian green, burnt umber, burnt sienna, and black. Pretty cool range there. So at some point you might see me do these as maybe a comparison with some of the other oil paints I have. We shall see. Something else that she got me in my stocking, which is really cool. She got me and my sisters all three this. We were so excited about this. Look at this pretty pouch. So this is look how pretty this pen is. Like, it's so gorgeous, but also it's refillable. So we're like so excited about that. One of my sisters, she's an office supply fiend, not an art supply fiend, craft and office supplies. So she was just as excited about this as I was. Actually, we were all really excited about it. My other sister ended up, like, immediately after going out and finding some for her best friends to put in their Christmas gifts. And then she also got us some refills. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to use this. I'm going to probably use this in my journal where I do a lot of my planning for my videos and things like that. And so it's, I don't know, it's beautiful. And I love that it's refillable. So that was like a really neat stocking stuffer. Yes, I'm in my 30s and my mom still gets me a stocking. I'm special. All right, so moving on, I wanted to show you a couple of things that I kind of got for myself. And some of you, if you're on my Instagram, you've probably seen this, but I actually got myself a little bit of a stocking stuffer. It's an ear eraser. And it came before Christmas, obviously. And I saw it when I was online shopping for a few things, and I couldn't resist it. I mean, look at this. I don't know how well it will erase. I have a bunch of novelty art supplies, and I've been thinking about doing like some sort of video about just using novelty art supplies, like, you know, erasers like this and other fun things I have laying around the studio. If that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments below, because I think I might do that sometime soon. And then also, I got this from Amazon because I am always on the search for some good acrylic pens, and so I'm trying out their black one. So it's an acrylic marker, and I really like the nib on this because I love my Liquitex professional acrylic markers, but they have a chisel nib, even though they say it's a fine nib, and so I kind of want to try this bullet nib. This one is the 1mm, and so it could get a pretty fine line, I think. So you'll see me trying that out at some point, and then obviously if I like it, I'll end up getting more, because I like to use these in my artwork sometimes. I like using all the different kinds of acrylics I can. Okay, so moving on, I want to show you a few things that my mother-in-law got me. The first thing she ended up giving to my husband to put in my stocking is some refills for my Pilot Coloreno. I use those a lot. They're colored mechanical pencils, and I was low on all of my leads, and so I had asked for them on my wish list on Amazon. And I use these a lot for preliminary outlines and just doing my preliminary sketches or transferring artwork. And so I don't think that they're necessarily light fast, but they're really good for preliminary work where you don't have to worry about the color showing through. I haven't found any information on their light fastness, but they're so fun. They're colored mechanical pencils, so you can't go wrong there. So these are just the leads to refill the pencils I already have, and I was so excited because I've needed them. I've been letting it get low for too long. Future editing Shanna here with an update on these colored mechanical leads. I was talking about how I didn't know about light fast ratings, but on the back it even says that the color may fade when exposed to light. So I was right. I would never recommend these for actual artwork because even on the back they admit that they're going to fade. But as I said, they are great for the underlayers when creating a piece where you don't actually have to have the color show through. She also got me some of the watercolor canvas boards that I've been wanting to try from Fredrix. They have a very smooth texture. Like the canvas texture is still there, but it's very, very smooth, which makes them really good for realism. And I've been wanting to try them for a while. She got me 2 of them. So I'm excited about that. You'll see that in an upcoming video. They're just an 8x10s, but that's a common size for me to work in. I don't like to work too huge most of the time just because my work is time consuming enough as it is when I'm working in realism. So this is a great size for me. She also got me a new Bob Ross Funko Pop. I couldn't think of the word Funko for some reason. I'm so excited. Look at him. Look how cute he is. I have one where he's holding the palette, but this one, he comes with a little raccoon and a painting, and I'm so excited about it. So he's going to be a great feature in my studio. Okay, so I'm going to move on towards what my best friends got me for Christmas. And that is the Van Gogh Oil Pastels 60 set. So some of you have seen me working in oil pastels recently. I think I have the 24 set of these and I fell in love. It's a fairly new medium for me, but I've really been enjoying myself, and so I wanted to get the 60 set, and I put this on my wish list. I highly recommend doing a wish list if you're somebody who has a lot of family and friends that don't necessarily know much about art supplies, but they're very supportive of you, because that's the best way that they can get you exactly the kind of thing that you're looking for, because most people don't necessarily know what brands are, you know, like artist grade and things like that unless they're artists. And so I have a running wish list on my Amazon, and whenever somebody wants to know what they can get me, I can send them there, and a lot of different companies, even if you're not an Amazon shopper. do wish lists. And so that's how I get a lot of my art supplies for Christmas and my birthday, from friends and family, because otherwise they wouldn't necessarily know. And this came from that wish list. I've been wanting these forever, and two of my closest friends, Kayla and Alex, went in on it and got it for me. And I'm so excited. Look at all these pretty colors. And these are like really nice and creamy and beautiful, and they have the light fast ratings right on the pastels themselves. And so I just love them so much, and I can't wait to create more artwork. Okay, so let's get to what my husband got me. So I thought this was really fun. He picked this out himself. It's a palette, and oh, this is really noisy. I haven't opened it yet. Okay, so here it is. It comes with these little containers so you can save your paint. And I think that this is going to be a good like palette to bring on day trips and stuff, because sometimes you might start a piece while you're out and about and want to finish it in the studio, and then you can keep your color mixtures right in here. And it's kind of funny that he thought to get this for me, because I have used up a lot of my little containers that I've bought in the past, and I had almost asked him to find me some containers, and I forgot to ask him. And he ended up getting me a palette that has the containers already. So I think that's really, really neat. A great way you can find containers like this, just an FYI, is if you look in the travel section of places like Walgreens and things like that, any kind of like drugstore area where they keep like the little like travel hand sanitizer and shampoo and things like that. A lot of times they have a packet of containers like this that are used for when you fly and you have to bring liquids with you and you can only have a certain amount of ounces. And I've gotten one that way before that comes with some spray bottles and containers, and those work perfectly for keeping your paint. And it's a non-artist item, but it works perfectly in the studio. And so that's just a little FYI. But yeah, he ended up getting me something that has some containers, so I'm really excited about that. And I just thought it was really neat because I've never actually seen this palette before, and I could always use, you know, some handy little palettes that I can have around when I'm doing quick videos and working downstairs in my living room instead of my studio. So I think that's great. I think he did a really great job picking that out for me. He also got me some new brushes. He got me this Simply Simmons Bright. This is a good stiff brush. This will be good for oil painting. He got me a new fan brush. This is a Royal and Langnickel Zen. It's a number 6. It's got kind of like that Taklon, nice and soft. And he also got me a Princeton. It's a size 1. So nice little selection here. I like that he got me a variety, and I think that's really cool that he picked them out himself. He always does a great job buying for me. The next thing is more of a tech thing. He usually gets me some sort of storage stuff for my stocking, and so this was a stocking stuffer. Always comes in handy to have multiple ways to store your files. I have a bunch of these, but I also, of course, have backup drives and things like that. And so I like to store a lot of my artwork on different storage devices so that if one crashes for some reason, I still have it backed up somewhere else. So I'm always going through these. And yeah, so he put one in my stocking. And then he also got me these. The Derwent Graphitin. I have been wanting these for a very long time. It's one of the only Derwent pencils I didn't have. And this is tinted graphite, so it's colorful graphite. And they're so pretty. Like, of course, it has like the tones on the front. And it just kind of gives that really pretty muted look. You've probably seen me use the liquid graphite that is by a different company. I have a video on that, and I'm thinking that these will probably work well with that. So I'm very excited to try these. I've been wanting them forever. I had them on my wish list, and of course he came through for me. So you'll be seeing this in probably a review video. I'll probably review them. And then, of course, you'll see them later on in multiple projects because I'm sure I'll love them. I love almost anything Derwent puts out. And I should probably mention, obviously, this video is not sponsored by any of the companies mentioned. This is all stuff that was gifted to me. Okay, so this one, I don't know if I'm going to be able to put this in front of the camera or not. You're not going to be able to see the full thing, but I'll kind of bring it through the long way. This is one of the big gifts my husband got me, and this is some really pretty new studio lighting that he intends to put up in the studio for me. Because I've been filming down in my living room a lot because the lighting, no matter how many lights I have up there, for some reason lately, it just doesn't seem to be cutting it for me. And so can always use more lighting, especially if you're somebody who films YouTube videos, but just for artwork in general, I don't have natural lighting in my studio, really. I only have one window, and it's not close enough to where my drawing table is, and there's no way to put my drawing table near it. And so he got me this, and I'm really excited about it. He also got me a way to extend my internet connection so that I get better internet connection up in my studio as well. So that will be helpful. Okay, so the last thing that I have is a few things that I got from Blick with a gift card from a good friend of mine, Nick Edgar. You've probably heard of him. I'm going to link his channel in the description below. He is an artist friend of mine who happens to live in the same town, but we actually met in an art group. And he's just an all-around awesome guy. If you follow Lisa Clow, then you probably know who Nick Edgar is. He's also one of her moderators, but he is like the king of using powder blender and Lux Archival from the brush and pencil company from Aliona Nicholson. And so he has some amazing stuff. If you're curious about those products, I'm going to link him in the description below. He's the one who introduced me to the Lux Archival paper. He very generously surprised me with a gift card in my email for Christmas, and I was not expecting that at all. So I bought a few things, and they already came in. Surprisingly, the one thing that has shipped quickly this year. So I'm going to show you the things that I bought with that gift card. Most of it is stuff that I just needed to replace in my studio because they were low on. But yeah, I'm very grateful for that. So here's one of the things I got. It is the Prussian Blue Polychromos Pencil. I'm very low on it, and I needed another one. So this is just to put in my stock of pencils. It's a great color. Obviously, I use it up a lot. And then I also got a couple of the Golden High Flow acrylics. I love these acrylics. They're very thin, but they work great in the airbrush. But I also like to paint with them a lot, especially the black. I go through the black a lot. But I used up a lot of the cerulean blue hue when I was doing my Sky series for my thesis in school. And so I needed to replace some of that, and I got some black to have on hand as well because I was getting low on that. Great paint. I love this paint so much. It's so versatile. And then on that note, I also had used up a lot of my cobalt blue when I was working on my Sky series from the System 3. These are the Daler Rowney System 3 acrylics. These are very akin to the Liquitex Basics. They're almost a little bit thicker probably, but they work great with the Liquitex Basics. This is not to be confused with their Simply acrylics or their lower level lines. This is more like upper student level, artist level grade acrylics. These work a lot better than some of their other lines, so they don't lift or any of that. I've been using these for over 20 years. This is my favorite kind of acrylic to use. And they have the light fast ratings and everything else. And yeah, so I love this color. Actually, this color exploded in my drawer because I kind of didn't realize the tube was kind of stuck in the drawer, and I closed it really hard, and what I did have left of the tube went everywhere, so I had to replace that. And then the last thing that I'm going to show you, and I think Nick Edgar would approve, is the Lux Archival Sanded Paper. So this paper is amazing. And like I said, Nick Edgar had introduced it to me. I had heard about it because I love Aliona Nicholson. I think her book, The Colored Pencil Painting Bible, is awesome. Like, if you're new to colored pencil pick up that book because it changed my life. And so I love her products, but I'm still getting used to, I haven't really gotten the hang of the powder blender yet. And this paper is perfect for that, but I had a few sample pieces that Nick had given me when it first came out, and I used it when I started with my oil pastels, and now I'm spoiled because I feel like this is the only paper I want to use with the oil pastels. So I treated myself to a 10-pack of 8x10 so that I can use some of it to practice with the powder blender and use some of it with my brand new oil pastels. But yeah, so that is my haul for the 2020 Christmas season. So yeah, I'm really excited though. I think it's wonderful. I'm very happy with everything I got. I hope that you also got all kinds of goodies. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. You'll be seeing these products soon, and have a happy new year. Have a great day. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit subscribe. Also, if you're interested in seeing more of my artwork, I'm on social media, so check out the links in the description below.